Welcome back to the cryptowrld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now Bitcoin is bouncing from this critical area of support again, while the price just confirmed a new signal in the short term that we need to pay attention to, while Ethereum is still consolidating sideways, repeating history in the short term. So I'll be talking about all of that and more later in the video, so definitely watch to the end. First of all, starting off on the 4-day Bitcoin chart, and over the last 1 day, nothing much has really changed on this chart right here. So if you're new to the channel and you want to know more about this chart, then check out my last video here on the channel. And something similar can be said about this 2-day Bitcoin chart, because at least for now, we're still within this bearish trend, forming lower highs and lower lows, with this support line still sitting at around 53,500, and this resistance line still sitting at around 68,500. But what we have just seen over the last 1 day here on this daily Bitcoin chart, we've just seen a continued bounce from this critical area of support right here, based on previous support in the price of Bitcoin, sitting in between around 56,000 to 57,000. And so at least as of right now, that is the important area of support that I'm paying attention to. And obviously we've pretty much perfectly bounced from that area so far, just over the last couple of days here. But if we were to see a confirmed break back below around $56,000 with candle closes back below 56K, then in that case, we do have a major area of support in between around 51 to 53,000 approximately. And as for resistance, now that we're seeing a little bit of a bounce here in the short term, we need to pay attention to resistance levels on the price chart. And first of all, we do have some significant resistance in between around 60 to 61,000, more resistance at around 63,000, more resistance at around 64,500, and a significant area of resistance in between 67,000 to 68.3K. And so obviously we still have a lot of resistance to the upside for the price of Bitcoin, which is also one of the reasons as to why we're, at least as of right now, still within a bearish trend here on this 2-day time frame. But like I always say, even during a bearish trend, we can see bullish price action here and there in the short term during a bearish trend, just like how during a bullish trend, for example, we can see the occasional short-term pullback during more of a bullish trend. And so that's why it's important to understand the difference between the different time frames. Here on the daily chart, for example, in slightly smaller time frames, we're kind of within a little bit of a relief, basically a break or a pause from this bearish trend here on the 2-day chart, for example, or the 4-day chart. But at least as of right now, we have not actually confirmed a bullish trend reversal on this chart, at least as of right now, but we are playing out a bit of a relief just in the short term during the bearish trend. And that's especially because we have just now confirmed a new signal here on the 2-hour Bitcoin chart over the last 1 day or so. We've now confirmed a new bullish divergence right here, with lower lows confirmed in the price in the candle closes and higher lows confirmed in the 2-hour Bitcoin RSI. And so once again, this now confirms this new bullish divergence here in the short term, which, in case you're new to all of this, usually a bullish divergence plays out in the form of either a slight bullish relief or at the very least some choppy sideways price action, basically just a bit of a break from all of the bearish price action, a bit of a relief here in the short term over the next couple of days. And so due to the fact that we have just recently confirmed this bullish divergence roughly a day ago, technically speaking, we should be expecting either neutral to bullish price action here in the short term, but we should not necessarily expect a massive pump to the upside or a major bullish trend reversal on larger time frames just based on this signal by itself. Because it's also important to understand the smaller the time frame, the less significant. So basically, this being on the 2-hour time frame, it's unlikely this will cause a massive $10,000 move to the upside, for example. And instead, if we were to expect something like that, we would need to see other bullish confirmation signals, not just this bullish divergence. But with that being said, this is still telling us that we should be expecting at least a bit of a relief from all of the bearish price action here in the short term, once again, potentially over the next 1 or 2 days. And once again, this can occur during this bearish trend here on the slightly larger time frames. And if you want to trade these moves in the price of Bitcoin or any other crypto, personally, I take just about all of my trades over on Bybit. So I'll make sure to leave a link to Bybit down below this video in the description and in the pinned comment. And if you use that link down below this video to make a Bybit account and deposit on that account, then you can get up to a $30,000 deposit bonus, but only if you use that link down below this video. And also, if you use that link, it'll take you to this page right here, which is a massive lucky draw happening right now over on Bybit, where you could could potentially win up to $100,000 or potentially some free Bitcoin or Ethereum or USDT or some other prices here just by trading crypto using the link down below this video. And so if you're going to be trading crypto anyway, you might as well check this out. Once again, first link down below this video. But for whatever reason, if you cannot access Bybit or if you cannot KYC on Bybit, there is also Bitflex, which is another crypto exchange similar to Bybit, but you don't need KYC for Bitflex. And so I'll also make sure to leave a link to Bitflex down below this video as an alternative crypto exchange. And with that being said, taking a quick look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, and over the last one day, we can clearly see the price of Bitcoin has moved up to pretty much this exact area of liquidity and started to take out this liquidity, sitting at around 59.8k to 60.2k. And we also have more liquidity to the upside, sitting at around 62,000 approximately. So those are some significant levels to pay attention to, at least just in the short term. And as for liquidity to the downside, we do have a small amount of liquidity to the downside, sitting at around just underneath 56,000, so around 55.8k to 55.9k approximately. But at least as of right now, the majority of the liquidity here in the short term is still sitting above the current price of Bitcoin. And when you combine that with the fact that the funding rates across many different exchanges right now are still below neutral, they're still below 0.01% because 0.01% is the neutral funding rate for these funding rates right here for Bitcoin and altcoins across many different exchanges. And so because these funding rates are on the negative side of things, at least for now, this is also a bit of a bullish signal for the crypto market, basically combining with that short-term bullish divergence right here, most likely resulting in a bit of a bullish relief as a likely scenario, or at least just a bit of a break from all of the bearish price action over the next couple of days here. And if you want more of a detailed explanation about these funding rates right here and what they actually mean for the crypto market, then check out my last video here on the channel, because in that video, I'll talk more about the funding rates and what they actually mean. And with that being said, taking a look at Ethereum on the weekly time frame, at least as of right now, we're still obviously continuing that bounce from this major area of support, still holding above this support, sitting in between around 2,000 to 2,150. And taking a look at this 3-day time frame, we're still holding above this golden pocket area of support in between around 2,150 to 2.2k. And we also have support at around 2,500, which at least for now, we're still holding above. And we also have a significant level of resistance to pay attention to, which was previous support right here, and that's sitting at around 2.8k. So once again, 2.8k is a strong level of resistance, at least here in the short term. And above that level, we also have some more resistance at around 3.2k approximately. And in terms of the trend and momentum right now on the 3-day time frame, technically speaking, we're still within more of a bearish trend because we're still seeing lower highs and lower lows, which is what a bearish trend is. But once again, a bearish trend can contain the odd pump here and there in the price of ETH, and also some sideways consolidations here and there during a bearish trend. And it's likely we're going to continue this relief here in the short term for just a little while longer, at least possibly over the next few days, maybe a little bit longer, but at least for the next couple of days, because the RSI on the 3-day time frame is still very close to oversold territories, meaning we're due to see a bit more of a reset in the RSI. So basically a bit of a break from all of the bearish price action just in the short term. And also due to the fact that here on the 4-hour time frame, this is the current day price action right here, we're still seeing very similar price action right now to what we saw back here near the bottom of the March 2020 crash. And so essentially, we've already seen the initial bullish relief after the double bottom in the price. That move right there has already played out. And then right now, we've now entered into this sideways consolidation of just choppy sideways price action, which is exactly what we saw last time. And so it's actually quite likely that just in the short term, the price is most likely just going to chop around sideways here in the short term over the next 1 or 2 days as one of the most likely outcomes, simply based on what we've seen back here, because as of right now, this fractal is still playing out. And if you're simply just holding Ethereum, not trading Ethereum, obviously seeing this choppy sideways price action is very boring to see if you're simply just holding. But for the traders out there, you can actually make a lot of easy profits in choppy sideways price action just like this. And if you want to know how to do that, then stick around to the end of this video to find out more. But first, taking a quick look at the price of Solana on the daily time frame. Right now, the price of Solana is struggling to hold on to this area of support in between around 140 140 to 144 because we've actually just seen a recent move to the downside below 140. And so for the bulls out there, it's important that the bulls actually reclaim 140 by seeing a quick move back to the upside and holding above 140, holding that area as new support. Because if we fail to do that, if we actually see more of a rejection from this area right now, basically confirming it as new resistance, further confirming a break to the downside, then in that situation, if we cannot hold above this area right here in between 140 to 144 over the next few days, maybe over the next week, we could likely see a move back down towards this area of support in between 120 to 128. And so at least just in the short term for the price of Solana, this is a bit of a make or break moment just in the short term once again, because if we fail to hold above this area and we now see rejections from that area, then expect a drift basically down towards this area of support over the coming days or weeks. And in case you're wondering about resistance levels for the price of Solana right now, of course, if we further confirm this break to the downside below 140 with candle closes below 140, and if we reject from that area, then in that case, 140 to 144 will become new resistance. And of course, we still have these other areas of resistance to the upside. First of all, at around 159 to 162, at around 170 to 175, and a significant resistance in between 183 to 187. And even though the short-term move right now is a bit of a short-term pullback, technically speaking, if we're looking at the larger trend, at least for now, we're still within a neutral trend, a massive sideways price range with relatively horizontal highs and horizontal lows. And so until we actually see a break below, with confirmation, a confirmed break below 120 or a confirmed breakout back above 187, until we see one of those scenarios confirm, at least for now, we're still within a neutral trend, a massive sideways price range. But once again, even during this sideways price range, we can see short-term bullish moves and short-term bearish moves. And so at least as of right now, we're currently within a short-term bearish move within a larger sideways price range. That is the situation right now for the price of Solana. And once again, if you want to actually trade these moves in the price of any crypto, check out those links down below this video to claim those extra bonuses. And if you want to actually know how to trade crypto, no matter if the price is bullish, bearish, or chopping around sideways, then make sure to watch these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left shows you how you can profit from bullish or bearish price action using long positions or short positions. And the video in the bottom left shows you how you can easily profit from choppy sideways price action. But anyway, that is everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.